Hello students, today we are going to consider the next point from the chapter number 5, lines and angles. The next point is like this, pairs of lines. So here we are going to consider the pairs. That means at a time we have to consider minimum 2 lines. Then only we are able to say that the pairs of lines. And in these pairs of lines we are going to consider the different types. So first subtype is intersecting lines. Actually we had studied about the intersecting lines in vertically opposite angles, so that only same concept is here continued in case of intersecting lines. And here if two lines L and M intersect, if they have a common point, that means they have a point in common, then only we can say that two lines are intersecting each other, and that common point is referred as point of intersection. That common point is referred as a point of intersection. So suppose here two lines are there, line L and line M, which having the common point. Actually here it is the common point, that means they have a common point. So that's why we can say that these two lines are intersecting each other, and that common point O is referred as a point of intersection. So this point O is referred as a point of intersection. So this is the first type of pairs of lines, which is intersecting lines. And here if two lines are intersecting each other, then total 4 angles are formed, and each pair of opposite angle is referred as a vertically opposite angles, and we know that they are equal in measure, that we had already seen in the previous lecture. Now next is transversal. Next one is transversal. That means next example or next type is transversal. Now when we are going to define the transversal, or how we are going to define the transversal, a line that intersects two or more lines. So here minimum 2 lines we have to consider, and more, that means you can take 3, 4, 5, no problem. So line that intersects 2 or more lines at distinct points is called a transversal. So a line that intersects 2 or more lines at distinct points is called a transversal. So how that transversal can be drawn, that we are going to see here. So we have to consider 2 or more lines. So suppose I will consider these 2 lines. Now here suppose if I draw another line which is intersecting. Suppose if I draw this line. Now here this orange line is not referred as a transversal because it is intersecting only a single line. It is not intersecting that second line. So it is not referred as a transversal. But if I will draw the line which is intersecting both the lines, then it is referred as a transversal. And you can see here it is intersecting those 2 lines at 2 distinct, that means 2 different points, then it is referred as a transversal. So this line is referred as a transversal. Now actually in the previous case, or in case of intersecting lines, we got only 4 angles, but here in case of transversal, if we are considering that transversal which is intersecting 2 lines, then we are getting 8 angles. If it is intersecting 3 lines, then we are going to get 12 angles. That means this proportion is going to be increased. Number of angles is going to be increased. But most of the times we are considering the transversal for 2 lines only. So that's why we are getting 8 angles in case of these transversals. So we are going to consider how those angles are related. Here suppose if we are going to consider the transversal, then how many angles are formed, and how we are going to refer those angles, that is very important. So here if this P is a transversal, now this P is a transversal which is intersecting lines L and lines M, and after intersecting these 2 lines we are getting total 8 number of angles. Here they are marked serially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So total 8 angles are formed when that transversal is intersecting 2 lines. Now we are going to consider types of those angles. So the first type is interior angle. Now you know the meaning. interior means inside. So where we have to take it? Inside means between these lines L and M. So here if you consider this section which is present between these two lines, so inside, that section is referred as inside, and here these four angles are lying: angle 3, angle 4, angle 5 and angle 6. These are the four angles which are lying inside of these line L and M. So these four angles are referred as interior angles. So how to consider interior angles? Which are present between those two lines, that is referred as interior angles. And just remember, I had given these names, so names are different, maybe they are going to be different, so don't remember it by number, remember it by position. Between L and M, four angles are interior angles. And the angles which are outside now, the angles which are present outside, those are referred as exterior angles, outside of L and M. That means above and below, above of line L and below of line M, that portion is referred as a exterior portion. And angles 1, 2, 7 and 8, they are referred as a exterior angle because they are present outside, so they are referred as a exterior angles. The next one is pairs of corresponding angles. Now how to consider corresponding angles? Now here I am marking these two angles, angle 1 and angle 5. Now here the word corresponding means similar. Corresponding means simple word can be used as a similar. So similar position should be there. Those two angles having similar position. So here similar means if you compare the positions of angle 1 and angle 5, then both these angles are actually present on the left hand side of the transversal P. They both are present at a left side of our transversal P. So same, left side same is there. Then the angle 1 is formed for line L and angle 5 is formed for line M. And if we compare the positions of angle 1 and angle 5 with respect to these L and M, these lines L and M, then both are present above of those lines. So again same, above. So therefore these two angles are referred as a corresponding angles, and that is the first pair of corresponding angle. In the similar way you can consider another pairs. So which are the another pairs now? Angle 2 and angle 6. What are the positions here? Right side of the transversal and above of the line L and M, so corresponding. Again 3, 7, left side of the transversal and below of line L and M. 4 and 8, again right side of the transversal and below of the line L and M. So in this way same positions are there, so such a same positions are referred as a pairs of corresponding angles. The next one is pairs of alternate interior angles. Now actually there are four interior angles and we have to consider alternate. Alternate means one after another. That means not same, different. So here alternate angle pairs are two pairs are there. So which are they? 3 and 6 is the first pair. How to take alternate? Position should be alternate. You can see the position left, right. Angle 3 is present to the left side and angle 6 is present to the right side. So left, right, alter. That is position is altered. Then below, above, again that is altered. So therefore it is referred as a pairs of alternate interior angles. They are alternate interior angles. That means between L and M. And second pair is 4 and 5. Second pair is 4 and 5 is the second pair, again which is alternate. You can see below, above, then right, left. So again it is a pair of alternate interior angles. So alternate interior angles, they having the two pairs. The next one is pairs of alternate exterior angles. So how many exterior angles are there? 4 angles are there. 1, 2, 7, 8. So among which angle 1 and angle 8 is the first pair, and second pair is angle 2 and angle 7 is the second pair. Alter, you can see that left, right, and here right, left, again above, below, so they are alternate. Positions are alternate. So how to identify the alternate angles? Their positions are alternate. So if they are interior, then that is an interior alternate angle, and if they are present outside, then it is an alternate exterior angle. Then next one is pairs of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So they should be on the same sides. So here how we are going to identify they are on the same side? So left, only with respect to transversal. Their position should be same only with respect to the transversal. So pairs of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So here 3 and 5 is the first pair, and 4 and 6 is the second pair of angles which are on the same side of transversal. So in this way, these 6 types of angles are made by the transversal when it is intersecting two number of lines. So this is it for today. The remaining portion of pairs of lines we are going to consider in the next lecture, or different properties we are going to study in the next lecture. So thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.